Stay on with us. There's more breaking news that's coming in. The inputs that we're tracking at the moment also suggest that the IDF has completed an additional wave of strikes targeting infrastructure belonging to the Iranian regime in Tehran. Over 80 Israeli Air Force fighter jets guided by IDF intelligence completed an additional wave of strikes targeting infrastructure belonging to the Iranian regime in Tehran and additional areas in central Iran as well. We'll go across to Sanjay in just a bit. But this is what the IDF has claimed, and it's taken to social media to post this map which suggests the 3 key locations that have been struck by them in the latest. Number one, of course, on your screens is the university. This is the main IRGC university. Several officials, are usually seen take part in several university activities as well. So this is one of the key targets of the IDF. The other target is, of course, a storage site of the missile unit. Military bunkers, launching infrastructure was located. Another infrastructure underground, which was basically storing ballistic missiles, has also been targeted. And this proof has been put out by the IDF as they have put these satellite images on a map to tell the world how these precision strikes are being carried out. Sanjay continues to stay on with us. Sanjay, we were discussing this a little while earlier, that Israel is not going to be the one to give up first. In fact, many experts also believe that the United States has only assisted Israel in what its primary objective was. Because do remember, during President Obama's tenure, we did see a disappointed Israel as soon as the sanctions on Iran were dropped. How the story really turned and what the sentiment of at least the Republicans was at that point in time. So Israel finally being able to do what it wanted to do with the United States assistance. They're not going to give up as yet. Tell us a little bit about the military arsenal that Israel is putting to use in taking on Iran as we speak.
Well, the military arsenal of Israel is an extension of the military arsenal of the US, both offensive and defensive, by the way of the aircraft it has, by way of the cruise missiles it has, the Tomahawks, the other missiles, the defensive missile systems, the THAAD, the Patriot. So this is an extension of the US military system and military hardware that Israel is using. Israel does, of course, have a good deal of weaponry of its own, particularly with some rockets and through drone technology, where Israel has been quite a pioneer. But clearly, it is in this with a very heavy US backing, and it is using that. The primary targets you were speaking of clearly are those we have been looking at, trying to take out missile launch capacity in Iran. That is the primary target, but it is also the ultimate target. The primary target is hittable, perhaps even achievable to an extent. The ultimate target, very difficult, because that will mean necessarily that the very last capacity of Iran to launch a missile is negated under the present regime, and that change can only come from within. It will need a government in place in Iran to come down heavily and to erase that capacity. We are not there yet. We have, again, rather strange messaging from Rubio saying that the US is not looking for regime change, but in fact that it is, simply wants another government in place. What is the great difference? It's hard to see. But clearly the aim primarily is to blunt the capacity of Iran to hit Israel, and Iran continues to do so at the moment despite a fair degree of degradation of its missile arsenal.
And what role do the Gulf nations play in this entire objective, combined objective of the United States and Israel remains to be seen as well, because so far we've not seen a direct attack being launched by any of these Gulf nations, is why perhaps we're seeing that humble appeal also come in from the Iranian President Pezeshkian.